You have to understand something, the life you want, the dreams you keep talking about, the success you've been praying for. It's all possible, but you can't just wish for it. You have to work for it. You have to work for it. You have to grind for it. You have to give everything you got. This is not a game. This is your life. This is your moment. This is your time. What I'm about to tell you today is not motivation. There's information that will transform you if you let it. If you listen, if you apply this, it will change your life forever. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop sitting around, waiting for all the stars to align, waiting for everything to feel right, waiting for the moment when you don't feel scared anymore. Because let me tell you something, that moment is never coming. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a day when all the conditions line up exactly how you think they need to for you to take action. If you keep waiting, you'll be waiting your whole life. And one day you'll wake up and realize you never even started. You never even started. You never even gave yourself a chance. You never saw what you could have been, what you could have built, what you could have achieved because you were too busy waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect situation, the perfect you. You can't keep living like that. You can't keep letting fear, doubt, and hesitation hold your future hostage. The people who win in life are the ones who start before they're ready. The ones who take action even when they don't have all the answers. The ones who put themselves in the game even when they don't know if they're going to win. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start next week? I'll start next month. When I have more money, then I'll start. When I feel more confident, then I'll go for it. When I have more knowledge, when I have more support, when I have more time. And yet that time never comes. Because there will always be a reason not to start. There will always be a problem. There will always be fear whispering in your ear. The key is to start anyway. The key is to move even though it's uncomfortable. The key is to say, I'm going to do it with what I have, where I am, right now. You have to stop thinking that life is going to wait on you because it's not. The world keeps spinning. The opportunities don't last forever. Windows open and then they close. And if you don't step through, somebody else will. You can't afford to waste more time. Every second you wait, you're losing ground. Every day you hesitate, you're falling further behind on the life you could be living. If you want change, you've got to take action right now. Don't wait until you got the perfect plan. The perfect plan doesn't exist. There are people with worse plans than you who are living the life you dream about simply because they took action. They didn't overthink it. They didn't overanalyze it. They just started. They figured it out as they went. They learned from their mistakes. They grew through the process. And that's why they're winning. Not because they had all the resources, not because they had all the answers, but because they had the courage to take that first step. That first step is everything. It's the hardest step, but it's also the most powerful. Once you move, momentum kicks in. Once you move, things start happening. Once you move, doors you couldn't even see before start opening. But none of that happens until you take that first step. You can pray all you want. You can dream all you want, but faith without works is dead. You have to do your part. You have to show life that you're serious. You have to put skin in the game. You have to invest yourself. If you don't do that, you can't expect anything to change. And stop worrying about being scared. Fear is part of the process. Fear is proof that you're doing something that matters. If you're not scared, it's too small. If you're not nervous, you're not growing. You're not growing. Fear is not your enemy. It's a signal. It's telling you that you're stepping into new territory, that you're stretching yourself, that you're about to level up. Don't run from that feeling. Use it. Channel it. Let it push you forward, not hold you back. You can feel fear and still take action. You can be scared and still show up. You can be nervous and still win. You just have to make a decision that you won't let fear make the call for you. People spend so much time preparing, planning, waiting, and what they don't realize is that action is the best preparation. You learn more by doing than by thinking about doing. You learn faster when you're in the arena than when you're sitting in the stands. Some of you are trying to get it perfect on paper, but life doesn't happen on paper. Life happens in real time, with real pressure, real challenges, real setbacks. You have to be emotion to experience that. Emotion creates growth. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is part of the game. Failure learn, failure is feedback. Failure is information. Every time you fall, you get better. Every time you mess up, you get wiser. The only real failure is not starting, not trying, not giving yourself the chance to win. There's somebody out there living the life you dream about. Not because they're smarter than you, not because they're more talented than you, but because they started. They put themselves in position. They took the leap. They got out of their own way. And you can do the same thing. You just have to make the decision that enough is enough. Enough waiting, enough procrastinating, enough letting life pass you by. This is your time. This is your season. Don't let fear steal it from you. Don't let overthinking steal it from you. Don't let other people's opinions steal it from you. Stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for someone to give you a green light. Give yourself permission. Be your own green light. The moment you decide you're ready, that's the moment things change. Nobody else has to approve. Nobody else has to believe. You just have to believe enough to start. And don't think small. Think big. But act now. Start with what you have. Start with what you know. Start where you are. You don't need $1 million to start working on your dream. You don't need the perfect conditions to start improving your life. All you need is a made-up mind and the willingness to move. You might not see the whole staircase, but you can take the first step. You might not have the whole picture, but you can paint the first stroke. You might not have it all figured out, but you can figure out the next move. And when you take that step, life will meet you halfway. Resources will appear. People will show up. Opportunities will come your way. But none of that happens until you prove that you're willing to take action. So stop waiting for perfect. Perfect is a lie. Perfect is a trap. Perfect is procrastination dressed up as preparation. You don't need perfect. You need progress. You need momentum. You need to move. And if you move today, not tomorrow, not next week, today you will look back months from now and be amazed at how far you come. You will look back and wonder why you didn't start sooner. You will look back and realize that the hardest part was never the work. The hardest part was simply starting. And once you did, everything began to change. Your confidence grew, your skills grew, your life grew. You owe it to yourself to start. You owe it to yourself to find out what's possible for you. Don't rob yourself of your own potential. Don't die with your dreams still inside you. Take that first step today, even if it's small. Make the call. Write the plan. Record the video. Sign up for the class. Go to the gym. Whatever your next step is, take it. Because the moment you start is the moment everything changes. And if you keep starting every single day, one step after another, before you know it, you'll be standing in the middle of the life you once prayed for. Take 100% responsibility for your life. Stop blaming everybody else for where you are right now. Stop pointing fingers at your parents, your teachers, your boss, the economy, your friends, or your circumstances. None of that matters if you don't take ownership. The moment you decide to blame others for your life is the moment you give away your power. The moment you decide that you're not in control is the moment you allow yourself to stay stuck. Life is not going to hand you what you want. The world is not going to deliver your dreams on a silver platter. If you want something, you have to take responsibility for making it happen. You have to be the CEO of your life. And the first rule of being a CEO is owning every single outcome, good or bad. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses. See, most people want to live in a world where they can blame someone else when things go wrong. It's not my fault. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the opportunities. Nobody helped me. And I'm telling you, that mindset will keep you poor, frustrated, and powerless for the rest of your life. You have to realize that your circumstances do not define your destiny. Your excuses do not define your future. What defines your future is what you do with what you have right now at this very moment, with the choices you make and the actions you take. Taking responsibility is about realizing that you are not a victim. You are a creator. You are an architect. You are a builder. You are the one who has the power to shape your reality. When you take responsibility, you also take power. Because once you stop blaming, once you stop whining, once you stop complaining, you suddenly realize that nobody is standing in your way except yourself. And guess what? That means that everything is possible. That means that if you want to change your life, you can. If you want to level up, you can. If you want to chase that dream, you can. But it all starts with owning it, saying to yourself, I am responsible for my life. And I will no longer let anyone or anything control my outcomes. When you accept that, you stop being a passenger and you start being the driver. You take the wheel. You decide where you're going. You decide the speed. You decide the route. Nobody else gets a vote. And let me be clear. Taking responsibility is not just about the big stuff. It's about the little things too. It's about your daily habits, your daily choices, your daily mindset. It's about how you respond when something doesn't go your way. Are you going to complain? Are you going to blame someone else? Or are you going to ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? How can I control what I can control? What I can control. That's what responsibility looks like in real life. It's not about being perfect. It's about being accountable. It's about saying I control my actions, my thoughts, my words, my reactions, and therefore I control my life. You want to know why some people are rich, successful, and happy, while others struggle forever? It's because they took responsibility. They didn't wait for someone to hand them a life. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't complain about what they didn't have. They looked in the mirror and said, I am responsible for this. I will figure it out. I will learn. I will grow. I will execute. I will overcome. I will execute. I will overcome. That's the mindset that separates the winners from the losers. And the good news is that same power is available to you. It's always been available. The only reason you haven't experienced it is because you haven't claimed it yet. Life will throw challenges at you. It will knock you down. It will test you. And when it does, the only way to rise is to take responsibility. When things go wrong, don't ask, why me? Ask, what can I do next? When people hurt you, don't say, they ruined me. Say, what can I learn from this? How can I learn from this? How can I grow? How can I come back stronger? When opportunities are scarce, don't complain. Don't cry. Don't curse the situation. Take control. Create your own opportunities. Be proactive. Be relentless. That's what responsible people do. That's what leaders do. That's what champions do. Responsibility also means you stop waiting for someone to fix your life. Stop waiting for a mentor. Stop waiting for a partner. Stop waiting for the government. Stop waiting for luck. Are your own savior. You are your own hero. You are the one who must rise and carry yourself to the next level. That doesn't mean you can't get help. That doesn't mean you can't learn from others. But the ultimate power lies within you. And it's activated only when you decide to take 100% responsibility. Most people fail because they are looking for a shortcut, a handout, or a rescue mission. They don't want to take the full responsibility for their actions, so they hope someone else will step in. Let me tell you something. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody owes you anything. Life is not fair. It's not convenient. And it's not going to wait for you to figure it out. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you start winning. Once you take responsibility, you stop being a victim and start being a victor. And here's another thing. Taking responsibility is not just about success. It's about integrity. It's about showing up and doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. It's about admitting your mistakes instead of covering them up. It's about being honest with yourself and others. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop blaming. You stop lying. You stop making excuses. And when you live that way, life starts responding to you differently. People respect you. Opportunities come to you. You gain credibility, you gain power, you gain freedom, because responsibility breeds results. Responsibility breeds trust. Responsibility breeds excellence. You also have to understand that taking responsibility is a daily practice. It's not a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle. Every morning when you wake up, you have to recommit. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every action you take, it's all a reflection of your ownership of your life. Did you make the best choice today? Did you push yourself harder than yesterday? Did you take responsibility for your mistakes, or did you blame someone else? Those small daily decisions compound over time. That's how empires are built. That's how dreams are achieved. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. And let's be real, it's hard. Taking responsibility is not easy. It's uncomfortable. It's humbling. It requires courage. It requires discipline. It requires mental toughness. Because when you take 100% responsibility, you also take on the pressure. You take on the burden of knowing that if you fail, it's on you. There's nobody else to blame. There's no scapegoat. There's no other system to point at. It's all you. But here's the truth. That pressure is what makes winners. That pressure is what transforms people. That pressure is what separates the successful from the mediocre. Embrace it. Lean into it. Own it. You have to stop being a passenger in your own life. You have to get in the driver's seat. You have to take the wheel and steer. And steering means making decisions, taking risks, owning outcomes, learning from mistakes, growing through adversity, and never quitting. That's responsibility. That's what changes your life forever. And don't worry about being perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. You're going to stumble. That's life. But the difference between someone who takes responsibility and someone who doesn't is that the responsible person gets up, learns, adjusts, and moves forward. They don't cry. They don't complain. They don't point fingers. They take action. They take charge. They take control. They take responsibility. So today, make a decision. Decide that you are no longer a victim. Decide that you are the CEO of your life. Decide that you will own every outcome. Decide that excuses are over. Decide that you will no longer let circumstances, people, or fear dictate your future. Decide that you are ready to rise. Decide that you will be responsible for your actions, your words, your thoughts, your results, and your destiny. And when you do that, nothing can stop you. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing can limit you. Because once you take full responsibility, you take full power. And with full power, anything is possible. Develop an obsession with growth. Growth is everything. If you're not growing, you're dying. You can't stay the same and expect a different life. You can't keep doing the same things and expect different results. Every single person you admire, every single person you look up to, every single person who is living the life you dream about, they all have one thing in common. They are obsessed with growth. They are constantly improving themselves, constantly learning, constantly pushing themselves beyond their limits. And that's why they are ahead of the game, why they are winning, why they are living a life that most people only dream about. Growth is not an option. Growth is not a hobby. Growth is a requirement if you want to succeed in life. Think about it. The world is moving fast. Technology is changing. Businesses are evolving. Opportunities are shifting. If you are not growing, if you are not learning, if you are not adapting, you will be left behind. And growth is not just about knowledge. It's about your mindset, your habits, your skills, your character, your health, your relationships, every part of your life. Growth is holistic. Growth touches everything. If you are obsessed with growth, you will be obsessed with excellence. You will be obsessed with leveling up. You will be obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself. Not tomorrow, not next year, but right now. Most people do not grow because they are comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort is the enemy of success. People stay in their comfort zones because it feels safe, because it feels easy, because it feels familiar. But growth never happens in comfort. Growth happens when you are uncomfortable. Growth happens when you are pushed beyond what you thought was possible. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, when you stretch yourself, when you refuse to settle for mediocrity. If you want a different life, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. You have to be willing to push past the excuses. Past the fear, past the doubt, past the resistance. And let me tell you something, growth requires commitment. You can't grow by accident. You can't grow by hoping. You have to make a decision that you will improve yourself every single day. You have to decide that no matter what, you will become better than you were yesterday. You will read the books, you will take the courses, you will listen to the podcast, you will study the people who are winning in the areas you want to win. You will surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you, who make you uncomfortable in the best possible way. Growth is intentional. Growth is deliberate. Growth is relentless. You have to understand something important. Growth is not always easy. Growth is not instant. Growth requires patience, persistence, and resilience. You are going to fail along the way. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to face setbacks. But every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is feedback. Every setback is an opportunity to improve. The people who are obsessed with growth don't quit when things get hard. They lean into challenge. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I get better? How can I use this to my advantage? That is the mindset of someone who grows relentlessly. Growth also requires sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up things that are holding you back. You have to be willing to let go of toxic relationships, unproductive habits, and limiting beliefs. You have to be willing to say no to distraction, to entertainment, to short-term pleasure, so you can say yes to long-term success. Growth is not about instant gratification. Growth is about long-term transformation. It's about investing in yourself today so that you can reap the rewards tomorrow. If you are not willing to make that investment, if you are not willing to put in the work, you will never achieve the life you dream about. And let's talk about discipline. Discipline is what makes growth possible. Motivation is temporary. Inspiration is fleeting. But discipline will carry you through the hard days, when you don't feel like it, when you are tired, when life is challenging, when nobody is cheering you on. Discipline is what allows you to stick to your growth plan, to stay consistent, to keep pushing, to keep improving, to keep leveling up. If you are not disciplined, your obsession with growth will fade when things get tough. But if you are disciplined, your growth becomes unstoppable. You have to also embrace curiosity. Curiosity is a fuel for growth. You have to ask questions, seek knowledge, explore new ideas, try new strategies, and constantly challenge your thinking. Don't settle for what you know today. Don't settle for your current level of skill or knowledge. Ask yourself every day, how can I be better? How can I learn more? How can I improve? Growth comes to those who are curious, to those who are willing to expand their minds, to those who refuse to be satisfied with mediocrity. And remember, growth is contagious. When you grow, you inspire others to grow. When you improve yourself, you elevate those around you. When you commit to becoming better, your friend, your colleague, your team, even your community, they feel it, they see it, they are influenced by it. Growth doesn't just change your life, it changes the world around you. The more you grow, the more impact you can have, the more influence you can wield, the more you can contribute to something greater than yourself. Most people fail because they are not obsessed with growth. They are obsessed with comfort, with excuses, with instant gratification, with avoiding pain. They don't understand that the only way to achieve greatness, the only way to live a remarkable life, the only way to reach your potential is to commit to growth relentlessly. If you want to be successful, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be respected, if you want to make a difference, you must be obsessed with growth. You must be willing to do what others won't do, to study what others won't study, to practice what others won't practice, and to push through what others won't push through. Growth also requires humility. You have to be willing to admit that you don't know everything. You have to be willing to accept feedback, to learn from mentors, to be coached, to be corrected. Growth is impossible if you are arrogant, if you think you already have all the answers, if you are unwilling to learn from others. The people who grow the most are the ones who understand that they are never done. They understand that there is always more to learn, always more to improve, always more to master. Obsession with growth means you are a lifelong student. You never stop learning. You never stop evolving. And let me remind you, growth is not just about professional success. It's about personal development too. It's about your health, your fitness, your mindset, your emotional intelligence, your relationships, your character. Growth is holistic. It touches every area of your life. If you are obsessed with growth, you will not settle for mediocrity in any area. You will demand excellence from yourself in everything you do. You will become a person of substance, a person of value, a person who can create the life they dream about because they are constantly improving themselves. The world rewards those who grow. The world rewards those who are willing to go the extra mile, who are willing to study, who are willing to sacrifice, who are willing to put in the work. If you are not growing, you are being left behind. And that is the harsh truth. Opportunities will pass you by. People will surpass you. Life will move forward without you. Growth is the only way to stay relevant, the only way to stay competitive, the only way to become extraordinary. You cannot afford to be stagnant. You cannot afford to be average. You cannot afford to settle. Growth is the only path to greatness. And finally, obsession with growth means never being satisfied. It means you are always pushing, always striving, always improving. You never settle for yesterday's success. You never rest on past accomplishments. You're always looking forward, always reaching higher, always asking yourself, how can I be better? How can I do more? How can I achieve more? Growth is not a destination. Growth is a journey. It is a lifestyle. It is a mindset. And when you are obsessed with growth, your life will never be the same. You will constantly evolve, constantly improve, and constantly move closer to your ultimate potential. Discipline is greater than motivation. Let me tell you something. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation will get you started. It might even make you feel good for a few hours, but motivation will fade. Motivation will fade. Motivation is like a spark. It lights the fire, but the fire doesn't last on a spark alone. Discipline is the fuel. Discipline is what keeps the fire burning, even when you don't feel like it, even when life is hard, even when you are tired, even when nobody is cheering for you. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who fail. Because the truth is, everyone is motivated at first. Everyone is inspired at the beginning, but very few people have the discipline to keep going. The excitement wears off. That's where winners are made. That's where greatness is built. You see, motivation is wonderful, but it's not enough. You can feel inspired all day. You can have 1,000 ideas. You can set 100 goals. But if you lack discipline, nothing changes. Discipline is what turns ideas into action. Discipline is what turns action into progress. Discipline is what turns progress into results. Discipline is what separates dreams from reality. And the most successful people on this planet know this secret. It's not how motivated you are, it's how disciplined you are. Let's talk about what discipline really looks like. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it. Discipline is doing the work when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when it's inconvenient. Discipline is sticking to your plan, even when life is messy, even when the obstacles are in your way. Discipline is about creating habits that serve you and following through on them day after day, week after week, month after month, even when nobody is watching. Discipline is doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people fail because they rely on motivation. They wait until they feel like it to take action. They wait for the energy, the inspiration, the excitement, and when that motivation fades, and it always does, they quit. They stop. They give up. They never see the results they dream about. But those who are disciplined, those who have trained themselves to take action regardless of how they feel, they are unstoppable. They keep moving forward. They keep grinding. They keep showing up. And that is why they win. Discipline also means consistency. You can't be disciplined just once. You can't be disciplined just when it's convenient. Discipline is a lifestyle. It's a daily commitment to yourself, to your goals, to your future. It's about making small choices every day that lead to big results over time. It's about putting in the work, even when it's boring. It's about doing the things that nobody else wants to do day after day until excellence becomes who you are. Consistency compounds. Discipline compounds. Results compound. That is why discipline is more powerful than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. And discipline requires sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up the things that hold you back. You have to be willing to delay gratification. You have to be willing to say no to comfort, to distractions, to entertainment, to laziness, so that you can say yes to your dreams. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. Discipline is resisting the easy path in order to walk the hard path that leads to greatness. Most people fail because they want the rewards without the sacrifice. But discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, nothing changes. You also have to understand that discipline is not punishment. Discipline is empowerment. Discipline is freedom. It's freedom from procrastination, from excuses, from mediocrity. Discipline allows you to control your life. It allows you to direct your energy toward the things that matter. It allows you to live intentionally. When you are disciplined, you are no longer a victim of your circumstance. You are the captain of your ship. You are the master of your destiny. Discipline gives you control, and control gives you power. And let me remind you, discipline is built. It is not given. You are not born disciplined. Discipline is learned. Discipline is practiced. Discipline is earned. Every day you push yourself to do what you don't want to do. Every day you resist the temptation to quit. Every day you follow through on your commitments. You are strengthening your discipline. You are building muscle. And the stronger your discipline becomes, the easier life gets. The stronger your discipline becomes, the more you can accomplish. The stronger your discipline becomes, the more unstoppable you are. Discipline is also about mindset. It's about deciding that you are not going to let your feelings dictate your actions. It's about realizing that you don't have to feel motivated to take action. You don't have to feel ready to get started. You don't have to feel inspired to keep going. You simply have to decide that you will do it anyway. That decision is where discipline lives. That decision is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who watch their dreams pass them by. Most people underestimate the power of discipline because they are chasing motivation. They are chasing the feeling instead of the action. They are waiting for the mood, the excitement, the inspiration. But feelings are unreliable. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline is constant. Discipline will carry you through when motivation has left the building. Discipline is what allows you to show up every day, to do the work, to push through, to keep moving forward, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenient. That is why discipline is greater than motivation. And let's be honest, life will test your discipline. Life will challenge you. Life will tempt you to quit. Life will make excuses look attractive. But every time you choose discipline over comfort, every time you choose action over laziness, every time you follow through instead of giving up, you are building strength, character, and resilience. You are proving to yourself that you are capable. You are proving to yourself that you can handle anything life throws at you. Discipline is not just about achieving goals. Discipline is about becoming a person who can achieve anything. Discipline also inspires others. When people see your consistency, your dedication, your relentless pursuit of excellence, they are influenced. They are inspired. They want to follow your example. Discipline is contagious. The more disciplined you are, the more people will be motivated to step up their own game. And that's why discipline is not just personal. It's powerful. It creates momentum. It builds influence. It shapes your environment. So here's the truth. Motivation will get you started. Motivation will make you feel good. Motivation might light the spark. But if you want to finish, if you want to succeed, if you want to become the person you were meant to be, you must develop discipline. You must train yourself to show up every day. You must train yourself to push through discomfort. You must train yourself to take action even when nobody is watching, even when life is hard, even when you don't feel like it. That is how you win. That is how you achieve. That is how you create the life you dream about. And remember this, discipline compound. Every time you make a disciplined choice, every time you resist the temptation to quit, every time you push through, you are investing in your future. Those small, consistent actions add up over time. They create momentum. They create results. And eventually, what seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Your dreams, your goals, your vision, they become reality because you chose discipline over motivation, consistency over comfort, action over excuses. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is discipline. Ordinary people wait for motivation. Extraordinary people take action regardless of how they feel. Ordinary people quit when it's hard. Extraordinary people push through. Ordinary people are inconsistent. Extraordinary people are relentless. Discipline is what makes the difference. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. Discipline is what separates winners from everyone else. So today, make a decision. Decide that you will no longer rely on motivation. Decide that you will develop the discipline to show up every day, to do the work, to push through, to take action even when you don't feel like it. Decide that you will create habits that serve you, that build you, that move you closer to your goals. Decide that discipline will be your foundation, your secret weapon, your superpower. And when you do, you will see your life transform. You will see your results multiply. You will see yourself become the person you were meant to be. Discipline is greater than motivation. And once you embrace it, nothing will be able to stop you. You will have the power to achieve, the power to overcome, the power to win, and the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. That is the truth. That is the principle. That is the path to greatness. Persistence is everything. If you want to succeed, if you want to achieve your dreams, if you want to reach the level of greatness you are capable of, you must learn to persist. Persistence is the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. It's the difference between the person who achieves their goals and the person who gives up too soon. The world is full of obstacles, full of challenges, full of setbacks. Life will test you. Life will push you. Life will try to break you. And in those moments, your persistence is what will carry you forward. Persistence is refusing to quit, even when it's hard, even when it seems impossible, even when everyone else has given up. Most people fail because they quit too soon. They see one obstacle, one setback, one failure, and they give up. They say, oh, this is too hard. This is not for me. Maybe next time. But let me tell you something. Next time may never come. Opportunities pass by. Moments are lost. Dreams fade. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who push through the pain, through the struggle, through the rejection, through the failure. They are the ones who persist no matter what. Persistence is not about luck. Persistence is not about talent. Persistence is about refusing to give up no matter what life throws at you. Persistence requires a mindset. It requires you to decide that quitting is not an option. It requires you to believe in yourself even when nobody else does. It requires you to keep going even when it feels like the world is against you. When you are persistent, you refuse to let circumstances dictate your life. You refuse to let fear, doubt, or failure control you. You keep moving forward. You keep taking action. You keep believing. You keep fighting. That is what persistence looks like in real life. And let me tell you, persistence is not always glamorous. It's not always exciting. It's not always fun. Persistence is showing up every day, doing the work, putting in the effort, even when nobody is watching, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Persistence is grinding when others are resting. Persistence is learning when others are playing. Persistence is growing when others are stagnant. It's the small, consistent actions repeated over time that lead to massive results. That is the power of persistence. Persistence also requires patience. You have to understand that nothing worth having comes overnight. Success does not happen instantly. Goals are not achieved immediately. Dreams are not realized in a day. Persistence is about continuing to move forward, step by step, day by day, even when you don't see the results yet. It's about trusting the process. It's about believing that your effort will pay off, that your hard work will produce results, even if it takes longer than you expected. Patience and persistence go hand in hand. One without the other will not get you to your destination. You have to be relentless in your pursuit. Relentless means refusing to stop, refusing to give up, refusing to settle for less than you are capable of. Relentless means keeping your eyes on the prize, no matter the distraction, no matter the setbacks, no matter the failures. Relentless means being willing to push through pain, through exhaustion, through rejection, through criticism, through doubt. The people who achieve their dreams are relentless. They do not let obstacles deter them. They do not let fear hold them back. Failure define them. They persist, they fight, they grind, and eventually they win. Persistence also means learning from failure. You are going to fail. You are going to stumble. You are going to make mistakes. That's life. But persistence refusing to let failure stop you. It's taking failure as a lesson, as feedback, as a stepping stone. Every successful person you admire has failed multiple times, but they persisted. They learned from their mistakes. They adjusted their approach. They got back up. They tried again. And each time they tried, they got closer to the goal. That is the essence of persistence. Most people give up because they expect success to come quickly. They expect the first attempt to work. They expect immediate results. But life does not work that way. Greatness takes time. Dreams take time. Mastery takes time. Persistence is about staying the course even when it takes longer than you imagine. It's about believing in yourself even when the world doubts you. It's about trusting that your effort, your sacrifice, your consistency, and your dedication will pay off eventually. And it will, if you persist. You also have to understand that persistence is not just about effort, it's about focus. You cannot persist in 100 directions at once. You must focus on your goals, your vision, your mission. You must eliminate distraction. You must prioritize. You must commit. Persistence is about targeted, relentless action toward the things that matter most. It's about refusing to be sidetracked, refusing to be distracted, refusing to waste your energy on things that don't serve your purpose. That is how you persist effectively. And let me be clear. Persistence is not stubbornness. Persistence is smart. Persistence is strategic. Persistence is knowing your goal, knowing your path, and refusing to deviate from it unless you have a better plan. Persistence is adjusting when necessary, learning when necessary, growing when necessary, but never quitting. That is what separates those who persist and succeed from those who quit and fail. Persistence also inspires others. When people see your determination, your grit, your refusal to give up, they are motivated. They are encouraged. They are inspired to push hard in their own lives. Your persistence creates momentum, not just for you, but for those around you. The more persistent you are, the more impact you have, the more influence you wield, the more lives you touch. Persistence is powerful, not just for your own success, but for the success of others who are watching you ride. Most people fail because they stop too soon. They see a challenge and say, I can't do this. They see a failure and say, it's over. They see rejection and say, I'll never make it. But success belongs to those who refuse to quit. Success belongs to those who persist. Success belongs to those who see every obstacle as an opportunity, every failure as a lesson, every setback as a setup for a comeback. Persistence is the key. Persistence is the secret. Persistence is the difference between giving up and achieving greatness. Persistence also requires a strong why. You have to know why you are doing what you're doing. Your why is your fuel when the road gets tough. Your why keeps you moving when the obstacles seem insurmountable. Your why reminds you that quitting is not an option. Your why gives you the strength to persist when everything in you wants to give up. Without a strong why, persistence is difficult. With a strong why, persistence becomes unstoppable. And let's not forget, persistence is built through discipline. Discipline allows you to show up every day to do the work, to keep moving, to keep pushing, to keep grinding, even when motivation fades. Discipline is what enables persistence to thrive. Motivation will get you started, but discipline and persistence will see you through to the finish line. They will carry you through the tough times, the long nights, the failures, and the setbacks. That is how you achieve. That is how you win. The truth is, most people fail not because they are not talented, not because they are not smart, not because they don't have opportunities. They fail because they quit. They fail because they give up too soon. They fail because they are not willing to persist when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when it's inconvenient. But the people who persist, the people who keep going, the people who refuse to quit, they achieve things that others only dream about. That is the power of persistence. That is why persistence matters more than talent, more than luck, more than opportunity. Persistence is everything. So today, make a decision. Decide that you will no longer quit. Decide that you will persist no matter what. Decide that you will show up, do the work, push through the pain, learn from failure, adjust, and keep moving forward. Decide that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many obstacles appear, you will not give up. You will persist. You will fight. You will endure. You will rise. And when you do, the life you dreamed about will become a reality because persistence never fails. Persistence is the difference between failure and success. Persistence is the difference between mediocrity and greatness. Persistence is the difference between giving up and achieving everything you've ever wanted. Persistence is the key to your dreams, your goals, your potential, and your destiny. If you want to change your life forever, if you want to reach the highest level, if you want to make your mark on the world, you must persist. You must never quit. You must never give up. You must keep going, no matter what. And when you do, nothing will be able to stop you. Your mindset determines your destiny. Everything begins in the mind. What you think, what you believe, what you tell yourself every single day, that is what shapes your life. Most people underestimate the power of the mind. They think success comes from talent, from opportunity, from luck, from circumstances. But the truth is, your mindset is the foundation of everything. If you think small, you will live small. If you think limited, you will achieve limited results. If you believe in yourself, if you train your mind to see opportunity, to see solutions, to see growth, then your life will reflect that belief. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. And how you use it will determine your success or your failure. The first step in mastering your mindset is taking control of your thoughts. Most people allow their thoughts to control them. They wake up and immediately think about all the things that can go wrong. They focus on fear, doubt, and limitation. They dwell on problems instead of solution. They feed their minds negativity instead of possibility. And when you do that, your reality reflects it. You attract what you think about. You manifest what you focus on. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or this is too hard, then that is exactly what will happen. Your thoughts create your reality. Well, here's the thing. You can change your mindset. You can retrain your mind. You can take control of your thoughts. You can decide that you are no longer a victim of circumstance. You can decide that you are capable of more. You can decide that failure is temporary and that obstacles are opportunities. The people who achieve greatness are not necessarily more talented or luckier than you. They simply mastered their mindset. They refuse to let fear, doubt, or negativity dictate their actions. They chose to think differently, to believe differently, to act differently, and that is why they are winning. Your mindset also determines how you handle failure. Failure is inevitable. Everyone fails. Everyone faces setbacks. Everyone makes mistakes. But your mindset determines whether those failures destroy you or propel you forward. A fixed mindset sees failure as the end. A growth mindset sees failure as feedback. A growth mindset understands that every mistake, every setback, every challenge is an opportunity to learn to improve stronger. Your mindset determines whether you quit when life gets tough or whether you rise above it. Your mindset determines whether you give up on your dreams or fight harder. Let me tell you something. Success is not just about what you do. It's about how you think. Two people can take the same actions, face the same challenges, have the same opportunities, and yet one will succeed while the other fails. Why? Because of mindset. One sees problems, the other sees opportunities. One focuses on obstacles, the other focuses on solutions. One believes in limitations, the other believes in possibilities. Your mindset shapes your actions, and your actions shape your results. If you want different results, you must start by changing your mind. And mindset is not just about positive thinking. It's about clarity, focus, and belief. It's about knowing exactly who you are, what you want, and why you want it. It's about refusing to be distracted, refusing to be swayed by fear or doubt, refusing to be limited by what others think. Your mindset is your inner compass. It guides your decisions, your priorities, your actions. If your mindset is strong, clear, and focused, you will navigate life with purpose and precision. You will not be tossed around by circumstances. You will not be derailed by setbacks. You will stay on track, moving steadily towards your goals. Your mindset also influences your habits. The way you think dictates the way you live. If you believe in excellence, you will create habits of discipline, focus, and persistence. If you believe in mediocrity, you will create habits of procrastination, distraction, and excuses. Your habits are a reflection of your mindset, and your results are a reflection of your habits. If you want to change your results, you must start by changing your mindset, because mindset drives behavior and behavior drives results. You also have to protect your mindset. Most people fail because they allow negativity to invade their minds. They listen to critics, to naysayers, to people who don't believe in them. They consume negative media, negative conversations, negative environments, and when you let that negativity in, it affects your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your results. Protect your mind, guard your thoughts. Surround yourself with positivity, with people who uplift you, with ideas that inspire you, with information that educates you. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Treat it that way. Another important aspect of mindset is belief in yourself. You have to believe that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you can overcome, that you can achieve. Without belief, nothing happens. You can have all the knowledge, all the skills, all the tools, and yet if you do not believe in yourself, you will never reach your potential. Belief is the foundation of action. Belief fuels persistence. Belief allows you to push through fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Belief gives you the courage to take risks, to face challenges, to step into the unknown. Without belief, your actions will be timid, your results limited, and your dreams out of reach. Mindset also means taking responsibility for your life. It means understanding that your life is the result of your choices. your thoughts and your action. It means no more blaming others, no more making excuses, no more waiting for someone else to fix your problems. Your mindset must shift from victimhood to ownership. You are responsible for your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately your results. When you adopt that mindset, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for life to happen to you, and you start making life happen for you. And let's talk about resilience. Mindset determines how resilient you are. Life will knock you down. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will challenge you. But your mindset determines whether you stay down or rise up. A strong mindset sees adversity as temporary, as a lesson, as an opportunity to grow stronger. A weak mindset sees adversity as permanent, as unfair as the end. If you want to succeed, if you want to overcome, if you want to cultivate a mindset that is resilient, that is unshakable, that refuses to be defeated. Your mindset also affects your vision. The bigger your mindset, the bigger your dreams. The more expansive your thinking, the more possibilities you see. The more you believe in abundance, the more opportunities you create. But if your mindset is limited, if you think small, if you believe you are not enough, then your vision will be small too. To achieve extraordinary results, you must think extraordinarily. You must expand your mind. You must challenge your own limitation. You must refuse to settle for less than you are capable of. Most people live a life far below their potential because they underestimate the power of their mind. They focus on external factors, the economy, their circumstances, other people, and ignore the internal factor that controls everything, their mindset. But your mindset determines your success, your happiness, your health, your relationships, your wealth, your influence, and your legacy. If you want to change your life forever, the place to start is in your mind. Change your thinking, and everything else will follow. And here's the truth. Developing a strong mindset is a daily practice. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not a one-time decision. It's a commitment you make every day to think positively, to believe in yourself, to focus on solutions, to learn from failure, to persist, to stay disciplined, and to protect your mind from negativity. It's about feeding your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and growth. It's about choosing thoughts that empower you rather than limit you. Every day, your mindset determines whether you move closer to your dreams or drift further away. So today, make a decision. Decide that your mindset will no longer limit you. Decide that your mind will be your ally, not your enemy. Decide that you will believe in yourself, that you will persist, that you will grow, that you will take responsibility, that you will protect your thoughts, and that you will cultivate resilience. Decide that your mind will be your most powerful tool, shaping your destiny, creating your reality, and allowing you to achieve the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Your mindset is everything. Your mindset determines how you handle failure, how you take action, how you treat others, how you pursue your goals, how you respond to adversity, and how you achieve success. If you master your mind, nothing can stop you. If you master your thoughts, nothing can hold you back. If you master your mindset, you will live a life of purpose, power, and extraordinary achievement. The choice is yours. Cultivate the mindset that will change your life forever, because your mind is the starting point of every dream, every success, every achievement, and every transformation. Success is not for the faint-hearted. Let me tell you something. If you are looking for an easy path, if you are looking for comfort, if you are looking for a life without struggle, if you will never achieve greatness, success demands everything from you. Success demands commitment, sacrifice, resilience, and relentless effort. It does not wait for the perfect moment. It does not accommodate fear or hesitation. Success is for those who are willing to endure, for those who are willing to fight, for those who are willing to push beyond their limits. And if you want to change your life forever, you have to understand that success is not optional. It is earned through blood, sweat, and tears. Most people fail because they are not willing to pay the price. They want the rewards, but they are not willing to do the work. They want recognition, but they are not willing to put in the hours. They want results, but they are not willing to persist through the struggle. Let me tell you the truth. There is no shortcut. There is no magic formula. There is no easy way. Success comes to those who are obsessed with it, who are willing to fight for it, who are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. If you want a life that others dream about, you must be willing to endure what others won't. Success also requires focus. Also requires focus. You cannot achieve greatness if you are distracted. You cannot reach your potential if you are scattered. Focus is the ability to prioritize, to dedicate your energy to the things that matter most, and to ignore everything that does not serve your purpose. Most people fail because they chase too many things at once. They divide their energy. They waste their potential. They get caught up in the noise and the distraction. But those who succeed are relentless in their focus. They know what they want. They set clear goals, and they pursue them with unwavering determination. Let's talk about sacrifice. Success demands sacrifice. You cannot have a life of abundance without giving up something. You cannot reach the top without enduring hardship. You cannot achieve excellence without letting go of mediocrity. Sacrifice is about choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's about saying no to distractions, no to comfort, no to instant gratification, so that you can say yes to your dreams, yes to your vision, yes to your purpose. Every successful person has sacrificed something along the way. They have given up time, they have given up comfort, they have given up ease, and that sacrifice is what has propelled them to greatness. Persistence is also essential. You are going to face obstacles. You are going to encounter setbacks. You are going to fail, and you are going to want to quit. But persistence the key. Persistence refusing to give up even when it's hard, even when it seems impossible, even when everyone else has given up. Persistence is about continuing to take action, step after step, day after day, until you achieve the results you are chasing. Those who persist, those who refuse to quit are the ones who succeed. Those who give up are left behind. It's that simple. You also have to embrace failure. Failure is not the enemy. Failure is a teacher. Failure is feedback. Every successful person has failed countless times. Every successful person has faced rejection, disappointment, and loss. But they didn't let those failures define them. They learned from them just that they grew stronger, and they kept moving forward. Your attitude toward failure determines whether you succeed or remain stuck. See failure as a step towards success, as a lesson, as an opportunity to get better. The more you embrace failure, the faster you will grow and the closer you will get to your goals. Discipline is another non-negotiable. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline carries you through the hard times. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is doing the work even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or exhausting. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without it, all the talent, all the knowledge, all the ambition in the world would not matter. Success is built on small, consistent actions repeated over time. And discipline is what makes that consistency possible. Mindset is equally critical. Your mind will either propel you forward or hold you back. If you believe in limitations, if you feed yourself doubt and negativity, you will never achieve your potential. But if you cultivate a mindset of possibility, if you train your mind to see opportunity in every challenge, if you believe in your ability to overcome, then nothing can stop you. Your thoughts create your reality. Your beliefs shape your actions. Your mindset determines whether you rise or remain stuck. Develop a mindset that is resilient, focused, and unshakable, and success will follow. Time management is crucial. Success waits for no one. Every day is an opportunity, and every day is limited. The people who achieve greatness understand the value of time. They structure their days. They eliminate distractions. They invest their energy in high-impact activities. And they refuse to waste time on things that don't move them forward. Time is your most valuable resource. If you manage it wisely, you can accomplish more in a year than most people do in a lifetime. If you waste it, it's gone forever. Be intentional with every moment. Your environment also matters. You are influenced by the people, places, and information you surround yourself with. If you want to succeed, you must surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you to grow. Avoid those who drain your energy, distract you, or encourage mediocrity. Success is contagious, and so is failure. Your environment can either elevate you or hold you back. Choose wisely. Align yourself with people, mentors, and communities that reflect the life you want to create. Gratitude and humility are essential. No matter how successful you become, never lose sight of where you started. Never forget the lessons learned, the struggles endured. and the people who supported you along the way. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Humility keeps you teachable. The moment you think you know it all, the moment you stop learning, the moment you stop growing, you begin to decline. Success is not just about achievement. It's about continuous improvement, lifelong learning, and lifting others as you rise. Health and energy are also critical. You cannot perform at your best if you neglect your body. Your mind, your focus, your productivity, your creativity all depend on your physical and mental well-being. Exercise, nutrition, sleep, and mindfulness are not optional. They are necessary tools for sustained success. The more energy you have, the more consistent you can be, the healthier you are, the more resilient you become. Treat your body like the vehicle that will carry you to your dreams. Action is the final key. You can plan, you can dream, you can visualize, you can study, you can prepare, but without action, nothing happens. Action turns vision into reality. Action separates those who dream from those who achieve. Action is relentless, focused, and consistent. Every small step you take moves you closer to your goal. Every choice you make to act rather than hesitate compounds over time. Success belongs to those who take action consistently, courageously, and persistently. And let me remind you, there will always be obstacles. Life will test you. Circumstances will challenge you. People will doubt you. But your response to those obstacles determines your destiny. Will you rise above? Will you persist? Will you adjust and keep moving forward? Or will you allow setbacks to define you, to discourage you, to derail you? The path to success is never straight. It is full of curves, detours, and obstacles. But those who stay the course, those who adapt, those who refuse to quit will arrive at the destination. Success is not luck. Success is not coincidence. Success is deliberate. It is intentional. It is the result of decisions, actions, habits, mindset, discipline, persistence, and relentless effort. You have to decide every day that you will pursue your goals with everything you have. You have to decide that no excuse, no failure, no obstacle will stop you. You have to commit to the grind, to the journey, and to the vision you hold for yourself. When you do, you will see results that most people only dream about. Remember, success is not for the faint-hearted. It is for those who are willing to endure, who are willing to sacrifice, who are willing to persist, who are willing to learn, who are willing to grow, who are willing to take responsibility for their life, and who are willing to do whatever it takes. Success is for those who refuse to settle. Success is for those who fight when others quit. Success is for those who act when others hesitate. Success is for those who master their mind, their habits, their discipline, and their focus. And when you embrace that, you will create a life that changes everything. Your life, your family, your community, and even the world. So today, make a decision. Decide that you will no longer live half-heartedly. Decide that you will fight for your dreams. Decide that you will persist when it's hard. Decide that you will act when others hesitate. Decide that you will master your mind, your habits, your discipline, and your focus. Decide that you will embrace sacrifice, learn from failure, and stay resilient in the face of adversity. Decide that you will commit fully to your vision and do whatever it takes to achieve it. And when you do, you will discover that success is not a dream. It is your reality waiting for you to claim it. Greatness requires sacrifice. There's no shortcut to the life you dream about. There is no magic formula, no luck, no coincidence. If you want to be great, if you want to stand out, if you want to reach the top, you must be willing to give up things that others are not willing to give up. You must be willing to endure what others will not endure. You must be willing to put in the work, the hours, the effort, and the energy that most people refuse to commit. Greatness is not for the faint-hearted. It is for those who are willing to pay the price, to work when nobody is watching, to push when the world tells them to quit, to fight when it seems impossible. Sacrifice is uncomfortable. I'll tell you something, if it were easy, everyone would do it, but it is not easy. Sacrifice means giving up comfort for growth. Sacrifice means delaying gratification. Sacrifice means saying no to distractions, no to entertainment, no to easy pleasure, so that you can say yes to your purpose, yes to your goals, yes to your vision. Sacrifice is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Without it, your dreams remain dreams. Without it, your potential remains untapped. Without it, greatness is impossible. Most people fail because they are unwilling to sacrifice. They want rewards without effort, success without struggle, recognition without work. That is not how the world works. The world rewards those who endure, who persist, who are willing to put in the extra hours, who are willing to fight through adversity, who are willing to do what others refuse to do. Sacrifice is not a punishment. It is the key to unlocking your potential. Every great person you admire has sacrificed. Every great achievement comes at a cost. And the greater the goal, the greater the sacrifice required. Sacrifice also requires focus. You cannot pursue greatness if your attention is divided. You cannot reach the top if you are distracted by the trivial, the easy, the convenient. Focus is the ability to prioritize what truly matters and to dedicate yourself fully to it. Sacrifice is saying no to what doesn't matter so you can say yes to what does. It's about choosing your vision over your comfort, your purpose over your pleasure, your long-term success over short-term satisfaction. Focus and sacrifice go hand in hand. Without focus, sacrifice loses its direction. Without sacrifice, focus loses its power. Discipline is critical to sustaining sacrifice. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you on track. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it, doing the work when it's hard, staying committed when nobody is watching. Sacrifice requires consistency, and consistency requires discipline. Every day, you must reinforce your commitment to your vision. Every day, you must push yourself a little further, endure a little longer, and resist a little more. Discipline ensures that your sacrifices compound over time, turning effort into progress and progress into results. Persistence amplifies sacrifice. Sacrifice without persistence wasted. You will face obstacles. You will face rejection. You will face failure. Sacrifice demands that you keep going even when it seems impossible. Persistence refusing to quit when the easy route tempts you. Persistence is pushing through pain, fatigue, doubt, and fear. Persistence believing in the worth of your sacrifice, trusting that your effort will yield results, and refusing to let setbacks define you. Every person who achieves greatness persists when the majority gives up. Every victory is built on the back of unrelenting persistence. Mindset is the foundation of sacrifice. You must believe in the purpose of your sacrifice. You must see the reward as attainable. You must visualize the life you are building through your effort. Without a strong mindset, sacrifice becomes a burden, a struggle without meaning. With the right mindset, sacrifice becomes empowering. It becomes a daily reminder that you are investing in something greater than yourself. You must cultivate resilience, optimism, and unwavering belief. Your mind is the compass that guides your sacrifice. Time management is essential. Sacrifice often means giving up leisure, social activities, and distractions. Every day is limited. Every moment is an opportunity. Great people understand that time is a non-renewable resource. They invest it wisely. They plan it intentionally. They guard it fiercely. Sacrifice requires that you give your time to what matters most. It requires that you resist wasting hours on activities that do not advance your vision. Every minute spent in distraction is a minute of potential lost. Greatness is built on intentional use of time. Your environment also influences your ability to sacrifice. Surround yourself with people who support your vision, who inspire you to push harder, who challenge you to be better. Avoid those who discourage you, who drain your energy, who distract you from your purpose. Your environment either strengthens your commitment to sacrifice or weakens it. Align yourself with people, places, and resources that amplify your effort. When you are in the right environment, your sacrifices become easier to sustain, and your results grow exponentially. Health and energy play a crucial role. Sacrifice requires endurance, and endurance requires a strong body and mind. You cannot perform at your best if you neglect your physical well-being. Exercise, nutrition, sleep, and mental clarity are essential. Your body is the vehicle that carries your dreams forward. Sacrifice without help will falter. Fatigue will set in, and your potential will remain limited. Protect your energy, fuel your body, strengthen your mind. Greatness demands peak performance, and peak performance demands sacrifice in how you care for yourself. Sacrifice is also about long-term thinking. Most people live for the moment, for instant gratification, for ease. Greatness requires vision. Greatness requires patience. Greatness requires that you see beyond the present discomfort to the future reward. Sacrifice is choosing long-term gain over short-term ease. It is investing effort now so that your future self reaps the benefits. Every successful person understands this principle. They are willing to endure temporary discomfort for permanent results. Gratitude enhances sacrifice. Appreciate the journey, the lessons, and the growth that come from sacrifice. When you recognize the value of what you are giving up, when you see the purpose in the struggle, you gain motivation to continue. Gratitude shifts your perspective. It transforms sacrifice from a burden into an opportunity. It reminds you that every effort, every decision, every challenge is building the life you dream about. Action is the ultimate measure of sacrifice. Thinking about sacrifice, planning sacrifice, talking about sacrifice means nothing without action. You must act. You must execute. You must take steps every day, no matter how small, toward your vision. Sacrifice requires tangible effort. It requires doing what is necessary, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it is inconvenient, even when it is exhausting. Dreams become reality only when sacrifice is paired with action. And understand this, there will be moments when you question your sacrifice. There will be moments when the burden feels too heavy. There will be moments when you doubt whether it is worth it. That is when you dig deeper. That is when you remember why you started. That is when you push through, knowing that temporary pain yields permanent gain. Greatness is forged in these moments. The people who achieve extraordinary results are those who endure when others quit. They persist when others complain. They sacrifice when others indulge. Success is not free. Greatness is not a gift. It's earned through relentless sacrifice, unyielding discipline, and persistent action. Those who achieve the extraordinary do so because they are willing to do what others will not. They are willing to endure the pain, the struggle, the sleepless nights, the failures, the setbacks. They are willing to go the extra mile, to push beyond the limit, to give everything they have to their vision. And when you commit to that level of sacrifice, the life you dream about is no longer a dream, it becomes your reality. So today, make a decision. Decide that you will embrace sacrifice. Decide that you will give up what is necessary to gain what you want. Decide that you will endure the struggles, the discomfort, the challenges, and the obstacles that come with pursuing greatness. Decide that you will stay focused, disciplined, persistent, and resilient. Decide that your actions will align with your vision and that your sacrifices will build the life you desire. Remember, greatness is not for the faint-hearted. It is for those who are willing to pay the price. It is for those who are willing to work harder, endure longer, and fight stronger than anyone else. It is for those who understand that sacrifice is the currency of success. And when you embrace sacrifice fully, when you commit with your heart, mind, and body, you will not only achieve greatness, you will become greatness. Greatness is waiting. It is within reach. It will not come without effort. It will not come without persistence. It will not come without discipline. It will not come without sacrifice. Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to endure the struggle? Are you willing to fight for your dream? Because if you are, the life you desire, the life you deserve, the life that will change your story forever is within your grasp. Sacrifice today, triumph tomorrow. Sacrifice today, transform your life forever.